21-7 halftime lead for the New England Patriots over the Minnesota Vikings. Tom Brady, 14 of 18, 3 touchdown passes. In the first half, he hit 7 different receivers. Vikings have turned the ball over 3 times. Back with first half stats and highlights after this.
Ever been close to tragedy?
You're watching the NFL on Fox.
Halftime in Foxborough, Massachusetts. New England Patriots leading the Minnesota Vikings by the score of 21-7 as the Patriots look to get back on track following their loss in Oakland. Kenny Albert with Tim Green. And one of the stories surrounding the Vikings this season, turnovers coming into the game, a league-leading 29. That trend continued today.
Well, I think Jimmy Johnson said it very appropriately that the Vikings are absolutely beating themselves. I mean, Brady's playing spectacular. Don't get me wrong. He's completed 14 of 18 passes to 7 different receivers. But on the other side of it, the Vikings have been self-destructing. Starts out early. They drive 51 yards, set up for a field goal, and it's blocked. Then Dante Culpepper decides to scramble, doesn't protect the ball, they lose it. Michael Bennett on a run, Roman Pfeiffer strips him. Then Randy Moss trying to make a big play later in the second half. Pfeiffer strips him again. Three turnovers for the Vikings. They came into this game minus 16, so right now they're actually minus 19. And you see that big 3 right there. That is really the difference in this football game. And the Patriots don't have all that many yards. And you see only 121 yards passing, but it's the efficiency that's killed the Vikings. It's Tom Brady just picking the Vikings defense apart, finding receivers underneath, inside, outside, and then in the end zone.
Vikings have more total yards than the Patriots, yet trail 21-7. Moments ago, our Rob Nicoleski spoke with Vikings head coach Mike Tice.
Coach, the no huddle worked for you pretty well at the end of the first half. You can see more of that in the second.
Yeah, we could. I think that's the way to go. We just can't seem to settle down and get a rhythm on offense. The movement in the defensive front has hurt us a little bit. You know, on defense, we seem like we haven't seen what they're doing. We've seen it all week, so we've got to settle down some.
Thanks a lot, Coach.
Okay.
Back to you guys in the booth.
All right, thanks very much, Rob. Dante Culpepper in the first half, 10 of 16, 1 touchdown, 1 fumble. 28. Patriots with a 2-touchdown lead starting from their own 22. Big hole for Antoine Smith out to the 39. A gain of 17. His longest run today.
Brutal beginning for the Vikings defense, which has played well against the run. Antoine Smith's going to cut it back. He gets blocking up front, and the Vikings are lucky that they moved Corey Chavis from cornerback to safety because Chavis comes up and makes a nice open field tackler. Antoine Smith probably gone.
Corey Chavis at strong safety for the 2nd straight week. Smith out to the 41-yard line, a gain of 2, and Chavis made the stop.
That was, yeah, Chavis, and it's really a good story. They wanted to move him from cornerback, and he wants to play cornerback. He's an athletic guy. He's had a little bit of trouble covering guys and with pass interference penalties, but he's physical. He's incredibly smart. And they asked him, will you move to safety? They didn't make him. They asked him, and he said yes. He's a team player, and I think he's well suited to the position.
Brady on 2nd and 8, incomplete, looking for David Patton. Eric Kelly is climbing up his back.
Yeah, well, and that's what the Vikings need to do. They need to tighten their coverage. They need to be more physical because the only way to take away that short timing pass, they've not been able to get pressure on Brady. And the passes are so quick that you can't disrupt it from the quarterback's end. So now the Vikings have got to disrupt the passing game from the receiver end.
Patriots today 5 of 7 on 3rd down. 3rd down and 8. They have to get to the 49 for a first. And the pass broken up. Here comes a flag. Troy Brown, the target. Tyrone Carter, the nickelback, on the coverage.
Pass interference, 22 defense, automatic first down.
The 7th Vikings penalty.
No, not offensive. Well, that's the danger when you're playing that press coverage and you're being physical. You know, there's a fine line, and you've got to be careful not to go over it. And right there in the middle of the field is where certainly it's easiest to see.
Following the penalty, a first down from the 46. The toss to Falk, and he loses 6 yards. Lorenzo Bramell along with Chris Hovan. 2nd and 16 coming up for New England.
And I think the Vikings are going to have to continue to do what they did despite the pass interference penalty. I think they're going to have to continue to press these receivers. They're going to have to get up on Troy Brown and bang him around, and do the same thing with David Patton.
Brady spins, looks downfield, and then dumps it off to the fullback, Mark Edwards. Stopped 2 yards shy of a first down as we check in with James Brown in Los Angeles.
Hey, Kenny and Tim, Steve Spurrier heard Stephen Davis complaining about not getting the ball. This is the 2nd rushing touchdown of the day for Stephen Davis. Spurrier running the ball decidedly today. Skins have taken the lead by 4. Back to Kenny Albert and Tim Green.
All right, thanks, JB. Redskins coming off that loss to the Giants last week. Giants will face the Texans, and the Eagles are without Donovan McNabb. Off the play fake on 3rd and 2. Brady with loads of time, and it's incomplete off the hands of the rookie Deion Branch.
Well, we talked about the importance of protection for Brady. It starts with the play action and a nice fake, but look how much time he has on this play here. Nice job by his offensive line. And then Deion Branch, I know he's a rookie, and I know it's getting late in the season, but that's a catch that you got to make, and he knows it.
And Tim, the Patriots will go for it on 4th and 2.
This is where Brady might just want to do a quarterback sneak.
He does. And it's close. Looked like the Vikings may have stopped him.
As you said earlier, Kenny, they went for it on 3rd and short, and it was the 6th time that he successfully converted. And here on 4th and short, he doesn't.
On 4th and 2, strong effort by the Vikings defense, so their offense takes over with terrific field position. Old North Church, downtown Boston. We come to you from Foxborough. Kenny Albert with Tim Green. Best starting field position of the day for the Vikings after their defense held on 4th down. Vikings start from their own 45. They scored a touchdown on their last possession in the first half. Michael Bennett gains 4 out to the 49. Mike Vrabel made the tackle.
Well, it'll be interesting to see if the Vikings go with the no huddle. With the no huddle, you can see how much more productive they were, and that's what they're doing. They're not getting into a huddle. They went 119 yards. They got their 7 points in their 14 plays, and Culpepper was 7 for 7 in that no huddle.
Vikings stay with the no huddle, and he is now 8 for 8, complete for a first down to Jim Kleinsaucer.
Well, Culpepper beat the blitz, and he keeps the perfect thing going with the no huddle. This is what he did on his last drive. He finds Randy Moss to the outside, and then he finds Kelly Campbell on the crossing route. He gets on the run and finds Bates in the end zone.
1st and 10 from the Patriots 42. 3 wide receivers. And the Vikings keep it on the ground with Bennett. Roman Pfeiffer, the first Patriot to make contact, and then finished off by Lawyer Malloy. A gain of just 1. So Malloy, who returned, is shaken up again. So is Richard Seymour. 2 Patriots down.
And part of that may be, a real injury, but part of it may be a opportunity to get substitutions in. Not saying that's definitely what it is, but you see a couple guys go down, and sometimes you send a guy down just to get your substitutions against the no huddle.
You know from experience?
Yeah.
Richard Seymour, the injured Patriot. Jarvis Green in the game, rookie out of LSU. The only rookie on the Patriots defense. 4th round pick. Vikings with a 2nd and 9 from the New England 41, trailing 21-7. 3 wide receivers, Bates and Moss split to the left, Campbell to the right. Bennett the lone back. Moss shifting. Culpepper on 2nd and 9, going deep, looking for Campbell, incomplete.
More good protection by the Vikings offensive line. But then Dante Culpepper not on with his deep ball. We saw him miss a deep ball earlier, Kenny, when Randy Moss was open down the sideline and Culpepper threw it to the inside. This time it's Kelly Campbell and Culpepper throws it too far to the outside.
You think the wind had anything to do with it?
Well, he's throwing with the wind, and Culpepper is a very strong-armed guy. So, no, I don't think it had much to do with it.
Now 3rd and 9.
Look at that time.
Loads of time. Now chased by Bruschi. And forced out of bounds.
Boy, that's fabulous coverage downfield. Good job by the Vikings offensive line. Now, the Patriots only rush 3. And then Bruschi comes late and chases Culpepper out of the pocket. And the coverage downfield gives Culpepper no place to throw.
Troy Brown bobbled the fair catch and then pounces on it. 30-yard punt. Mo Williams downfield. So the Patriots back on offense when we come back.
Got it.
Back in Foxborough, Patriots leading the Vikings 21-7. Early 3rd quarter. Kenny Albert with Tim Green. Patriots start from their own 12-yard line.
And this is the danger zone for the Patriots offense.
Inside handoff to the fullback Edwards. Out across the 15 for a gain of 4.
Remember the last time they were backed up down here. The Vikings defense forced Brady into a known passing situation. Then they got away with a Vikings penalty downfield. Brady started out the game 14 of 18. He's only 1 for 3 so far here in the 2nd half.
Brady on 2nd down, lobbing one up, and the catch is made at the 32-yard line by Patton. What a catch, a gain of 16 yards.
We talked about right at the beginning how the productivity of this Patriots offense has gone up this season. Patton gets knocked down, actually gets up, stays in the pattern, and makes a beautiful catch.
4th reception today for Patton. The pitch to Smith, and he gains just 1. Fred Robbins and Chris Hovan made the tackle. Packers and Buccaneers coming up, 2nd half of our doubleheader. Some of you will see the Giants and the Texans. Green Bay and Tampa Bay, both 8-2, top records in the NFC. Second down and 9 from the 33. Fourier shifting, and a quick slant is incomplete. Bounced away from Kevin Falk, the intended receiver.
That's the other thing that pressing coverage gives you, is it can take away this wide receiver screen. We saw that screen work several times in the 1st half because the coverage was off. Watch Kelly, he comes up to press in the coverage, and so he's able to beat Donald Hayes' block and make this tackle. It's not really a tackle, but disrupt this play behind the line of scrimmage. So Vikings secondary continuing to press to try to disrupt the Patriots passing game.
3 wide receivers. Brady chased, and he's taken down by Chris Hovan.
Well, Chris Hovan gets another jump on the ball. So Brady, after drawing his own players off, watch it here. Look at Hovan is out of his stance when the ball is out of Damien Woody's hands. So Hovan just doing a great job getting a fantastic burst and getting another quarterback sack.
Second today for Hovan. Damien Woody, the Patriots center, his teammate at Boston College.
Hovan said Woody made him an All-American.
Went up against him in practice every day. Said he never faced anyone as good on Saturdays.
And that effort has now given the Vikings offense excellent field position. Vikings down 14, but with great field position because defensive tackle Chris Hovan said Brady has a hitch in his cadence that's going to enable me to get off the ball. He got off the ball, sacked Brady, and now the Vikings are in Patriots territory.
From the New England 44.
We'll show you the hitch after this.
Culpepper to Kelly Campbell. Gain of 6 yards on the play. Campbell's third catch.
Let's go back to that third down where Hovan sacked. Now watch here. Brady, watch him. Watch him dip. He's going to dip. Okay, now stop it there. Look, the ball is still here. Hovan was keying on that. So in Hovan's mind, he's saying, time to go. And he gets off and beats Kenyatta around the corner and gets the big sack. So Brady's hitch, read by Hovan, means a big play for the Vikings.
Another catch for Campbell for a first down as we check in with James Brown.
Well, Kenny and Tim, listening to the players paying dividends for Steven Spurrier so far. I'd like to Stephen Davis, third rushing touchdown of the day that ties his career high. The PAT is no good. 20-10 the Skins. Hope that doesn't come back to haunt him if you're a Skins fan. And this is Vic to the tight end, Crumpler. 35-0 Atlanta on top of Carolina in the third. Kenny and Tim.
All right, thanks, JB. And it will be the Falcons and Vikings next week from the Metrodome. Culpepper complete to Dwayne Bates at the 23-yard line. Gain of 5.
And we've talked about it before, Kenny. Culpepper continuing to look to his other non-Randy Moss wide receivers. So Campbell and Bates, an important part of this Vikings comeback.
Moss 4 receptions. Campbell has 4. Bates with 3. Mo Williams, normally the short yardage specialist, picks up the first down. A gain of 14 yards on the ground for Williams.
And the Vikings had this one blocked very well at the corner. Jim Kleinsaucer, the tight end, was a big part of it.
Tim, you mentioned the crowd pretty quiet, now getting onto their feet as the Vikings continue to use the no huddle. Now the crowd looking to disrupt things. It's Williams again inside the 5 to the 4. Mo Williams has scored a touchdown in 7 consecutive games for the Vikings, has 10 on the season.
And remember, this is the area where Bill Belichick said that his defense had to get better in the red zone. He said, look, we're 5-5. We're where we were last season. If we're going to make the run and win the championship, we've got to play better red zone defense.
Second and goal. Culpepper looking end zone and is taken down. Culpepper sacked back at the 6-yard line.
This is a coverage sack. Vikings keep most of their guys in, and if you stop it right there, you see everyone is covered. And so Culpepper is forced to pull the ball down and attempt to run. And the Patriots' coverage turns into a quarterback sack.
Now third and goal. Culpepper fires to the end zone. Touchdown, Kelly Campbell. His first NFL score. Culpepper's second touchdown pass today.
Again, the focus of the Patriots secondary is on Randy Moss. You're going to see the secondary come up on him They bite on him, and it leaves Kelly Campbell open in the back of the end zone.
Campbell, a rookie free agent. He was not drafted out of Georgia Tech. Made his NFL debut last week and will keep the football following his first NFL touchdown. Vikings within 7. Coming this February, the world's best drivers return to Fox, the 45th running of the Great American Race. The Daytona 500 drops the flag on 15 weeks of NASCAR coverage, returning this February on Fox. The Vikings, who trailed 21-0, have pulled to within a touchdown. Deion Branch on the return for the Patriots. Branch out to the 39-yard line.
Kenny, the Patriots' defensive focus is on Randy Moss. And watch what happens on this play here. It's too much on Moss, because if you stop it here, there's Victor Green. He's looking at Moss. Otis Smith is looking at Moss. Guess what they don't see? They don't see Kelly Campbell sneak behind him, open in the end zone for the touchdown.
Moss has caught 4 passes today. Tim Campbell with a team-high 5 receptions, and Dwayne Bates has 3.
And as long as the Patriots are going to double up on Moss, Culpepper is going to have to find those other receivers.
There's Antoine Smith. Now, how about the Patriots offensively? They scored touchdowns on their first 3 possessions today, but since then they've punted twice, they've lost the ball on downs twice, have not scored since those first 3 possessions.
Well, and I think the difference has been the Vikings have disrupted the Patriots' passing game by putting pressure on the wide receivers. Not so much pressure on Tom Brady, but disrupting the wide receivers at the line of scrimmage. See Brian Williams? He's right up there on Troy Brown.
Play action on 2nd and 6, and the pass incomplete. Bobbled and dropped by Daniel Graham. Nick Rogers had the coverage.
Yeah, so even the linebackers are getting in on this pressure on the receivers of the passing game. Here's Brian Williams. Watch what he does to Troy Brown. You see that right there? That's pressure. That's press. And then Nick Rogers did the same thing to the tight end in front of him. Watch it right here. There it is. He's up on him. He's tight. And they're disrupting that passing game very nicely.
The 3rd Patriots drop of a Brady pass this quarter. 3rd down and 6. Brady over the middle, complete. First down, Troy Brown into Vikings territory. A gain of 10.
Well, when you need to get it going, you go to your money guy. And Tom Brady told us Troy Brown is his guy. You see here, Brady struggling in the second half. Only 3 for 7. He started out 14 for 18 with the 3 touchdowns. But maybe he's back into that rhythm. Brown beating Tyrone Carter with the crossing pattern.
4th catch of the game for Brown. Has one of the Patriots' touchdowns. Another drop. This time Deion Branch could not hang on.
Now, even if Branch hangs on, Brian Williams is right there. Brian Williams, a rookie who's talented and physical, played a great game against the Packers. See him here? He's up there, and he's too close for Troy Brown to block him. So even if Branch makes that catch, Williams is right up there with that press coverage.
Williams, 4th-round draft pick out of North Carolina State.
You know, the way to defeat this press coverage is a double move, get behind him, and complete a deep ball.
Branch in motion, 2nd and 10. Brady under pressure, rolling right, incomplete.
Wow, Vikings defense just playing extremely well right now, because Donald Hayes actually beat the coverage at the line with that double move I was talking about. But Tom Brady didn't have time to see him. Watch Hayes. So he's got the press, but he beats it with that move there, and he's open. But by the time he gets open, Tom Brady can't see him, because Brady had pressure on him from the interior of the Vikings defense.
Donald Hayes, Carolina's leading receiver last year, playing for the first time in 5 weeks. Inactive 3 weeks and did not play last week. Yet another pass that Graham could not handle. So it hasn't been just Brady. His receivers have not been able to make the catches here in the third quarter.
Right. We saw Deion Branch drop an easy one earlier. Tom Brady is getting frustrated.
5 drops in the third quarter by the Patriots. Ken Walter. Nick Davis brings it out to the 24-yard line. 29-yard punt, 4 on the return.
Well, Kenny, we talked about it all day. The Patriots were 5-5, 10 games into last season, and this is how that one turned out. A Super Bowl victory down in New Orleans that no one except New England fans predicted. The Rams were tremendous favorites. But Bill Belichick and Tom Brady, the young quarterback, were spectacular down the stretch.
And they had the same 5-5 record a year ago, won their last 6 regular season games and rode the wave all the way through to the Super Bowl. They are 5-5 this season. Bennett out to the 29-yard line.
Now, that wasn't a huge run for Michael Bennett, and I think the Patriots have done a good job containing him today. But on that particular play, you got to see his patience and his development. You see there, he gets to the line, and he sees Teddy Bruschi, and instead of just collapsing and falling down, he makes a move and picks up positive yardage.
And now the reception by Bennett out of the backfield took a hard hit from Willie McGinnis. Picked up the first down and gets up immediately, a gain of 7. Bennett with those 4 consecutive 100-yard games on the ground, and he had a big run each of the last 3. First player in NFL history with a run of 60 or more yards in 3 straight games.
And when he gets to that second level, look out. He is just so tough to catch. World-class sprinter invited to try out for the Olympics.
But instead concentrated on football heading into his junior year at Wisconsin. There he goes. Down to the Patriots 41.
Well, Victor Green did a good job just staying over the top of him. And, you know, we talked to Victor Green, and he was conscious of Michael Bennett's speed. And Bennett's hobbling off now, but he was conscious of his speed. And he said to us, we've just got to stay over the top. Almost defended the run like it was a pass play.
21 yards for Bennett on that last play. Vikings on the move.
Culpepper's 10 of 10 in this no-huddle offense when they don't huddle.
11 of 11 to Moss, although he loses a yard. For Randy Moss, his 5th reception today. Kelly Campbell has 5. Dwayne Bates has 3. Bates and Campbell with the Vikings touchdowns.
Now, one thing the no-huddle does is it puts pressure on the defensive line. They don't have as much time to recover between plays, and it makes rushing the passer, which takes a lot of energy to do, a lot of wind and a lot of energy, so it makes your pass rush a lot harder.
As you mentioned earlier, also hard to substitute. Culpepper chased by Bruschi and casually steps out of bounds at the 24. He picks up another first down, a gain of 17 yards.
Well, Kenny, we've talked about the Patriots defense, and they've really contained Michael Bennett. They've held him to 3.9 a carry, but Culpepper is the thing that's killing him. That's his 5th run, 59 yards on the ground for Culpepper. He's averaging over 11 yards a carry.
His season high, as he calls timeout here, he ran for 63 yards in the loss to Seattle. He's the leading rusher today on either side.
How you guys doing?
Dante Culpepper and the Vikings on the move, trailing by a touchdown.
Yeah, Culpepper was upset that they had the timeout because he wanted to keep the rhythm going. See it right there. He doesn't want the timeout. Like, he's on a roll. He's completed 11 for 11. He doesn't want to go into the huddle.
He's completed his last 6.
Yeah, I'm sorry, 11 for 11 when they don't huddle.
And 51 yards rushing for Culpepper when they don't huddle. 23 seconds to go, third quarter. 1st and 10 from the Patriots 24. And the play blown dead.
Ball start, 87, offense, 5 yards, still first down.
Byron Chamberlain's second penalty today. Forcing the Vikings back 5 yards to the 29.
Coming into this game, we said Mike Tice wanted to try to run a power offense with Klein Saucer and Hunter Goodwin as tight ends and try to kind of mash the ball at this Patriots defense. But they've contained Michael Bennett in the running game. It's the passing game, though, that's worked for the Vikings. You can see there with 307 total yards.
Over the top to the tight end, Chamberlain. Inside the 20. Wrapped up and forced back by Victor Green as time winds down in this third quarter. Vikings with the only touchdown of the quarter, a 6-yard scoring pass from Culpepper to rookie Kelly Campbell, his first NFL touchdown. Vikings on the move as they look to tie the score.
You're watching the NFL on Fox.
Back in Foxborough, Patriots led this game early, 21-0. Vikings on the move, looking to tie the score. And they've played very well since going to the no huddle.
Yeah, what it's done is it's forced the Patriots defense to kind of simplify their coverage. And again, they're focused on Randy Moss, and Dante Culpepper is finding his other receivers, and he's also running the ball extremely well when he finds an open lane.
Culpepper, no open lane this time, although he stays on his feet and then dumps it off to Moss, and he's tackled. Lost the football. Victor Green was right there.
And this is a play that Dante Culpepper really got away with. And you know, they're in a position now where he doesn't need to press. Richard Seymour does a good job, gets on his legs. Culpepper keeps going, but he needs to protect the ball. I know he's trying to make a big play, but when you have defenders on your feet, when you've turned the ball over 3 times already, just hang on to it. Protect the ball and go down. Don't pitch it around. It was only 2nd down, and they're only 1 touchdown behind.
Fans on their feet, 3rd down and 6 from the 20. Culpepper again in trouble, throws it away.
See, that was a smart play by Culpepper. That was a smart play. That's okay. Again, they're only 7 points down. And so when you don't have your receiver open, you're trying to find a rookie downfield. Again, Randy Moss, he's got 2 guys. There's Law on the underneath. There's Victor Green over the top. Culpepper wanted Kelly to run a different route.
So Gary Anderson, who had a 43-yard attempt blocked by Seymour earlier, will attempt a 38-yarder. And this one is good. So the Vikings have pulled to within 4. Back in Foxborough, a huge 14.5 minutes coming up for the Patriots with that 5-5 record, Tim. They play again in 4 days on Thanksgiving.
They do, and Tom Brady started this game out completing 14 of 18 passes with 3 touchdowns. Since then, he's only completed 3 for 9, but a lot of his passes have been dropped. So he needs to get back into a rhythm, and he needs to get some help from his receivers.
And Tim, speaking of Thanksgiving, it'll be the Redskins and the Cowboys on Fox this Thursday. It all starts with America's #1 pregame show with JB, Terry, Howie, and Jimmy. And then the Dallas Cowboys and the Washington Redskins, an NFC Eastern Division showdown. Coverage begins at 3:30 Eastern, 12:30 Pacific on Fox.
And the Redskins playing well today against the St. Louis Rams, who our pregame show said should have started Mark Bulger.
Here's Brady with time, loads of time, and now throws downfield, and it's off the hand of David Patton.
Ronnie Bradford wanted a pass interference call against David Patton. Brady put that ball up totally for grabs, and that was a dangerous move by Brady because he had two defenders there, Bradford and Chavis. And David Patton, it's not like he's a a 6'4", big physical wide receiver.
Now 2nd and 10. Brady rolling right, throws left. Antoine Smith on the screen. First down and more into Vikings territory. Finally tripped up at the 46-yard line. A 28-yard catch and run by Smith.
And I like the play calling by the Patriots because the passing game really wasn't working very well. The run game wasn't giving them much. So they roll right and screen back to the left. And now you've got blockers and open space for Antoine Smith. And it's a significant offensive play for the Patriots, who needed some kind of jump start.
It was their longest play of the day, and now here's Edwards. Inside the 20 to the 19. The fullback Mark Edwards rumbling downfield for a gain of 26. So
it's just
back-to-back big plays.
Yeah, and it's a screen play to the left and then a screen play to the right. One to Antoine Smith and another one to the fullback Edwards. And if you think back, Kenny, to the first half, that's exactly what the Patriots did. That's how they started this game out, by really mixing the ball around. Not just throwing it to the wide receivers, but throwing it to tight ends and running backs. And that got the Vikings defense guessing.
Kenyatta Jones, the right tackle, the injured Patriot. Greg Randall started the last 3 games at right tackle, but he's inactive today. And now Jones is down. Kenyatta Jones, the injured right tackle, replaced by Adrian Clem. Patriots 53 yards on their last 2 plays. Start from the 19. Smith up the middle, down to the 14 for a gain of 5.
Well, Kenny, the Patriots are driving now, but in this second half, they have really struggled. A lot of it with miscues. There's the drop there by Deion Branch. Then 4th down, they go for the quarterback sneak. Brady is turned back, and then Brady's sacked on a key 3rd down. That led to a Vikings touchdown, another drop pass, and the frustration by Tom Brady.
And Smith is wrapped up by Nick Rogers. Loss of 1 on the play.
Now it's 3rd down, and the Patriots bring out 4 wide receivers.
3rd down and 7. Patriots have to get to the 9-yard line for a first down. Falk, the lone back. And the give is to Falk. Nowhere to go. Kenny Mixon driving him back. So the Patriots hearing some boos now from the crowd here in Foxborough, sending out the field goal unit.
Well, you've got a passing offense, so 3rd and 7, the crowd wants to see the pass.
Instead, it's Adam Vinatieri, who has missed only 2 field goals this season, has an NFL long 57-yarder against Chicago. This a 34-yard attempt. Ken Walter is the holder from the right hash. Vinatieri's kick is good, and the Patriots again lead by a touchdown. Adam Vinatieri has extended the Patriots lead to 7. Kicks off to Mo Williams, takes it at the 3-yard line for the Vikings. Williams across the 25, forced out of bounds at the 30 by Victor Green.
Well, Kenny, the Vikings are going to be without Michael Bennett, who has a strained calf, and you see his numbers today really not that spectacular. Pretty much held in check by the Patriots defense. Patriots Defense unable to hold Dante Culpepper in check, though. He has 59 yards running, and after starting out 3 for 9, he's completed 15 of 19 passes.
So Mo Williams in for Bennett, and a big hole picks up the first down. A gain of 15 yards out to the 45.
Well, when you think of Mo Williams, you think of touchdowns because he's got 10. 7 games in a row he's scored a touchdown, but he's got nice cutback ability, and that's what you see on that play there. And he's strong leg. Watch him run through this tackle there. Willie McGinnis gets on his legs, but Mo Williams is really strong in the lower body, and he runs through the tackle.
Spent 5 years in Minnesota. Last year a Baltimore Raven. Back in Minnesota this season. Culpepper under pressure, chased by McGinnis. And he throws it away out of bounds.
That was a good decision. That's the second time we've seen in a row. We've seen Culpepper in trouble, and he threw it away. The first time of these 2 times was on 3rd down, and they ended up kicking a field goal. The time before that, on 2nd down of that same series, remember he almost got sacked, and then he tried to flip the ball to Randy Moss, and Moss lost it. It was an incomplete pass, but it was a dangerous situation.
Culpepper has not been picked off today. 16 interceptions, a league high coming into the game. He did lose a fumble. On 2nd and 10, Culpepper to the near side. And the catch is made at the 47-yard line by Randy Moss. 9 yards just shy of the marker.
And you see the precision that Culpepper has to have to complete to Randy Moss, because there's coverage on the outside and there's coverage on the inside. You see it there. So he's got to hit him right in this window. You see the coverage. Here comes the safety. Here comes the corner. Very small opportunities to complete the pass to Moss. But there's been bigger opportunities for Dante Culpepper's other receivers.
3rd and 1. And Williams picks up the first down. Down to the Patriots 44, needed 1 and gained 3.
How about the fabulous footwork of Mo Williams? Teddy Bruschi is in on his feet behind the line of scrimmage. Great penetration by Bruschi. Watch Williams right there, just kind of picks his way through Bruschi's arms. Look at it right there, up, over, between, and then a little bit of power to finish it off. Fabulous running.
Williams moves the chains. 1st and 10 from the Patriots 43. 3 wide receivers. Culpepper fires on 1st down, complete to Moss. Another Vikings 1st down at the New England 24.
Well, Dante Culpepper's arm was spectacular on this play, but watch his legs. Watch him step up into Mike Vrabel. He just steps right up into the sack, and then he delivers this beautiful pass. Again, very small window to complete that pass to Randy Moss. There is coverage all around Moss. Look at all the defenders that surround him. But Culpepper finds that small window and delivers the ball.
A 19-yard pass play, and now Culpepper calls timeout. Over to chat with head coach Mike Tice. Culpepper still perfect in the air with the no huddle. Coming up, the second half of our doubleheader, the Packers and the Buccaneers. Some of you will see the Giants and the Texans. A full day of NFL action continues next on Fox.
Great matchups, and we've got a great matchup here. This game started out like a dud, 21-0 Patriots. The Vikings have rallied nicely.
Culpepper getting rid of it. He took a hit. Culpepper under pressure once again.
I like Bill Belichick's decision to come with the blitz. You see Culpepper's pressure today. Blitz 17 times. They sacked him 3, hit him 10, hurried him 11. But as you said, in the no huddle, he's been spectacular.
The give on 2nd down is to Mo Williams, and he gains just 2. Victor Green On the tackle as we check in with James Brown.
Kenny and Tim, the Rams hadn't scored since the opening possession of the game, a touchdown that is. Here they get one with 6:13 left in regulation. Kurt Warner picking up with Ricky Kroll on a DV route, diagonal vertical route. Now a 3-point game, 5:40 left in regulation. Kenny and Tim.
All right, JB, so the Rams with Kurt Warner within 3. Tim, you mentioned Mark Bolger. He was a 6th-round pick by New Orleans in 2000. Tom Brady selected in that same round. A pair of 6th-round picks faring very well in the NFL. Now Culpepper on 3rd and 9. Incomplete, newly intercepted by Otis Smith. Kelly Campbell was the intended receiver.
Fabulous play by Otis Smith. The Patriots come with the heavy blitz, and that means Otis Smith has got man-to-man coverage. Look at all the Patriots coming. Culpepper does what he should do. He's got to check to the slant. There's the slant, and Otis Smith just comes and makes that play. Really, Otis almost had himself an interception.
Gary Anderson on to attempt a 41-yard field goal. Kyle Richardson, the holder. Anderson's kick is wide to the left. His second miss today. Had a field goal blocked earlier.
And the kick was not only shanked to the left, but it was also a low kick. That was the kind of kick that was blocked in the first Vikings drive of the game today. And it's another low kick. We'll take a look and see if what the hold is like. You know, that ball looked like it was angled a little bit forward.
Anderson's been around so long, Tim. First 10 years of his career, his long snapper was Mike Webster. And Brady complete. David Patton for a first down out to the 45-yard line. Gain of 15 yards on the play, so the Patriots with a 7-point lead and the football with just over 7 minutes remaining.
And Patton was way too open. The Vikings got themselves back into this game by pressing on coverage. They need to get back to that press to disrupt those wide receivers.
Antoine Smith gains 2.
If you give Tom Brady time, and if you give him open receivers, he will take you apart. That's what he did to the Vikings in the first half. He took their defense apart with precision passing.
2nd and 8 from the 48.
I'll be surprised if these quarterbacks keep that kind of depth. I think they need to get up.
Smith to midfield, setting up a 3rd down and 6.
Well, the Jets are out in front of Buffalo, and all of those games very important to the Patriots at 5-5. Here's who they have left: Detroit, Buffalo, here at Tennessee, and then the Jets and Miami, both here in New England. So that's a pretty attractive schedule for the New England Patriots.
And it is a final from the Meadowlands. Jets now 6-5 as they defeat the Bills for the 2nd time this year. Patton unable to hang on. Good coverage by Brian Williams once again.
You know, this was more of an interference than the other call that was called that wasn't an interference. Watch Brian Williams. Watch his right arm. Look right there. No, but he makes the play on the ball, and that's the key. His arm blocks Patton, but he turns his head back to make the play on the ball, and so it's not interference. And I don't know how the other one was.
So the Vikings will get the ball back. Nick Davis out to the 21.
Kenny, this is a great game here, but the game coming up next, I've said it all along, to me it reminds me of a monster movie. How about that? Is that scary?
I'm scared.
I mean, Favre versus Sapp. It is just a classic battle, and you do not want to miss it. The winner will have the best record in the National Football League.
And you have to love the byplay on the field between Brett Favre and Warren Sapp every time they meet. Culpepper looking for Kelly Campbell. Incomplete.
Boy, that was in Kelly Campbell's hands. That is an extremely difficult catch to make. He had to catch it over his shoulder. The ball dropped in, but Dante Culpepper, we've seen him off a little bit on these deep passes. Watch this one here. This one drops right in. That's right in his hands. Now, I'm not saying I could catch it, but that's a catch that if you're going to be a big-time receiver in the National Football League, you got to make it.
Campbell with 5 receptions today, including his first NFL touchdown. 2nd and 10. Culpepper over the top, complete. Jim Klein saucer out to the 43-yard line. A gain of 22 yards.
The Klein saucer is just extremely versatile. He's an enormous guy. He really is the size of an offensive lineman. He's about 280 pounds. He plays tight end, but he also has very good hands. He can play fullback. He can block like a lineman, and he can catch like a skilled tight end.
From the 43. Culpepper dumps it off. Intended for Mo Williams. Under 5 minutes remaining.
Richard Seymour did a good job of getting pressure on Dante Culpepper and forcing him to run and then throw that ball, and the timing on the throw was not good.
Patriots led this game 21-0. Vikings committed 3 first-half turnovers. Vikings have also missed 2 field goals. One was blocked
by Richard Seymour, who chased Culpepper on that last play.
3 wide receivers set. 2nd and 10. Culpepper in and out of the hands of Randy Moss. Terrell Buckley on the coverage.
Randy Moss wants a flag, but he has not gotten a lot of flags this year going his way. And you see Buckley with the great press coverage. And that's one Moss really should have caught. That's right there in the breadbasket. And Buckley had nice tight coverage, but more importantly, he had nice press coverage on the line of scrimmage.
Fans on their feet. Culpepper 0 for his last 3. Culpepper complete. Kelly Campbell lost the football, but recovered. And Campbell picks up the first down, his 6th reception today. And the Vikings are in Patriots territory.
And a clutch catch by Kelly Campbell, who looks like he's hurt on this play. Watch it. He's going to be covered by Smith. Now he runs away from the coverage. It's man coverage. He runs away from it and just barely hangs onto the football to make the catch, and then doesn't hang on to it when he's tackled by Otis Smith. But comes up with a Vikings first down.
From the New England 45.
He saw the blitz and he changed the play. Now the Patriots go to coverage.
Culpepper firing downfield, looking for Chris Walsh. Incomplete.
And Walsh stopped on that pattern, Kenny. Culpepper saw the blitz, and when he changed it, the Patriots changed their defense and they went to coverage. See that? When he changes it, all of a sudden they start backing up. Patriots drop into coverage. And watch Chris Walsh down here. He slows down. He breaks off his route, and he never should have. He should have just kept running for the end zone.
2nd and 10 from the Patriots 45. Vikings trailing by a touchdown. Here comes the blitz again. And Culpepper wants to take off, and he's brought down by Richard Seymour.
The blitz comes out of the secondary. Watch it here. There's Lawyer Malloy. And it's actually Teddy Bruschi who gets Culpepper's legs. Seymour gets him up around the waist. So the Patriots, who have blitzed Dante Culpepper all game long, come up with a big one on that.
A loss of 4 on the play. And Culpepper, with the play clock winding down, calls timeout. 3.5 remaining. 3rd and 13 coming up for the Vikings, who trail by a touchdown. They use their final timeout right here. Patriots led 21-0. They scored touchdowns on their first 3 possessions here in Foxborough.
Brady spread it around to 7 different receivers. He was 14 of 18 in the first half. And then the Vikings went to a no-huddle offense and got it going. And they scored a touchdown before the half. They came out, they continued to use the no-huddle, and it's continued to work. They're out of timeouts now, which is not a good thing. And I think the way the Patriots defense has stopped this no-huddle is by Bruschi and Malloy and Seymour and the other Patriots defenders coming on the blitz. When you think back to how they beat the Rams last year in the Super Bowl, it was with exotic blitzes from their defense to undermine Kurt Warner's passing game. And that's what they've done to Culpepper.
Culpepper looking for Kelly Campbell. Incomplete.
Not a chance. Not a prayer. And if you really, if you're going to throw it up for grabs, which Culpepper does on this play, because the coverage is there. If you're going to throw it up for grabs, you got to throw it up for grabs to Randy Moss. Because if anyone on the field has a chance of catching something in double coverage, it's Moss.
And now with no timeouts remaining, only 3:25 on the clock, Vikings will go for it on 4th and 14. They have to get to the Patriots 35 for a first down.
And this is where I think you want to put it in Moss's hands, even if he's double covered.
And the pass tipped at the line by Teddy Bruschi. So the Vikings lose it on downs, and they do not have any timeouts remaining.
Well, the Patriots come with another exotic blitz, Kenny. And Culpepper just has no time. Watch the blitzers. They come from all around. Culpepper sees it. He knows they're coming for him. He sees them in front of him. And Teddy Bruschi on the blitz tips that ball. I don't think it was going to be a completion anyway.
So the Patriots, with 3:21 remaining, they have a 7-point lead. Vikings with no timeouts. The pitch to Smith. Antoine Smith into Vikings territory. A gain of 3. Ronnie Bradford made the stop.
Vikings have no timeouts, so it is critical that their defense come up with a big play and shut the Patriots down right away. Dante Culpepper, who was so good in the no huddle, completed only 4 of his last 15, and I'm telling you, Kenny, the reason is because of the blitz package that Bill Belichick unleashed on Culpepper.
From the Vikings 48, the toss to Smith. He fumbles and falls on it. Antoine Smith nearly coughed up the football.
Well, Antoine Smith recovered, and it's a good thing for him because this ball's right there. The pitch is perfect by Brady, but Smith, you could see his eyes were downfield. He didn't look the ball in on the pitch, and he lost it. And then he recovered.
Patriots will let the clock run down. They do not have to run a play prior to the 2-minute warning, but a huge play coming up when we return. A 3rd and 12. Patriots must pick up 12 yards, or the Vikings will have another chance to tie.
Harder that you try, baby, the further you'll fall.
Tom Brady has 3rd and 12. He needs to keep the clock running, but he needs to get a first down, or the Vikings are going to have another chance. Now, Kenny, The only thing that's really worked for the Patriots in the second half was 2 screen passes, one for 26 and 27 yards. They were consecutive plays. That led to the only Patriots score here in the second half, which was a field goal. You got to expect they're going to go to a screen pass right now.
On 3rd and 11, Brady hits the fullback Edwards, but Nick Rogers right there to bring him down. He stayed in bounds, so the clock continues to run, and the Patriots will punt.
Well, it wasn't exactly a screen, but it's a short, safe pass to a running back, and it doesn't give you the first down. It gives you a chance for the first down, but it does keep the clock running. Vikings have no timeouts left.
And the Patriots will let the clock run all the way down. Still 10 seconds on the play clock. Ken Walter back at his own 36. And the Patriots call timeout. They let the clock run down to 1:13. Seven-point lead for the Patriots. 1:13 to go. Bill Belichick's Patriots will play again on Thursday in Detroit, while the Vikings will be home for Atlanta next Sunday.
And coming up after this great game, you've got the Patriots, you've got the Packers and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And we saw the great pieces that we had, the Wild West piece and the Monster Movie piece, put together by Fran Morrison and P.T. Navarro, our producer.
Walter's punt bounces into the end zone for a touchback. So the Vikings will start from their own 20.
And now it's time for Culpepper to get the ball in the hands of Randy Moss if his other receivers have tight coverage. So you know that the Patriots are going to double up Moss. So that's going to provide opportunities for Bates and for Kelly Campbell, the rookie. They've taken advantage of those opportunities at times today. They've not had time when the Patriot blitz has gotten to Culpepper.
From the 20, Vikings must drive 80 yards in a minute. Mo Williams gains 11, and he lost the football. Williams lost the football. The officials will now look to the bottom of the pile.
Now is where you got to fight for that ball, whichever team you're on.
Vikings 3 first-half turnovers. And it looks like Williams held on for dear life. Culpepper spikes it, stopping the clock with 51 seconds remaining.
Well, Mo Williams definitely fumbled that ball, and was able to hang on. Patriots went with a 3-man rush, 8 men in coverage on that last play, and I think that's what Bill Belichick's going to do. I think he'll mix it up. I think Culpepper will see either 3 rushers or he'll see 6. He'll either see the blitz or he'll see a lot of coverage.
Culpepper to the near side, incomplete. Williams, the intended receiver. Down to 45 seconds, 3rd down and 10.
Very difficult for Dante Culpepper to find a receiver downfield when the Patriots have 8 men in coverage.
Vikings trailed 21-0. They are within 7. Despite turning it over 3 times, 2 missed field goals, 8 penalties. 3rd and 10 from their own 31. Culpepper steps up and throws. Penalty marker on the far side, so the clock will stop. Moss up to the 44. And Jerry Austin will tell us about the flag.
Illegal hands to the face, number 22. Penalty is declined. The result of the play is a first down.
Down to 35 seconds. Ball now on the Vikings 44. Patriots call timeout. Well, Tim, you mentioned our producer, P.T. Navarro. Today's game directed by Peter Bleckner. Associate Director Fran Morrison. Broadcast Associate Gary Kloster. Technical producer Kevin McRoby. Pre-game show produced by Scott Ackerson. Directed by Bob Levy. The studio technical supervisor is Jack Simmons. The senior producer of Fox Sports is Bill Brown. And the executive producers, Ed Gorin and David Hill.
Well, this game has been a wild ride. Patriots led 21-0. Vikings looked pitiful. They turned the ball over 3 times, 3 fumbles. But then the Vikings came back, scored 17 points using their no huddle. Fourier had 2 catches early in the game for 2 touchdowns. Michael Bennett, the Vikings running back, has been out for the last several series. It's been Culpepper in the passing game, except when the Patriots have knocked him around with the blitz.
Incomplete. Wayne Bates, the intended receiver, down to 30 seconds. Crunching the numbers for us today, Eric Merlis, Ben Boma up in the booth, Josh Weingrad and Eric Norton downstairs. 30 seconds remaining.
Well, right now, Kenny, the Vikings have got to push it deep. Culpepper has got to throw deep. They don't have time to keep chipping away. But the thing he's got is he's got Randy Moss. So you can let Moss do something deep. You can take a chance. Let him make a play. Throw it high. Put it up for him. Let him come down with it.
Instead, Culpepper with the short pass to the near side, incomplete, looking for Mo Williams.
It's just not going to work. I mean, even if they completed that to Mo Williams, they need too many yards. They've got to get a touchdown. They've got to go 56 yards to do it. So it's going to take 2 big pass plays to do that. And I think you just want to throw to Randy Moss. I really do. Throw it high. Let him use that leaping ability to out-jump the Patriots defensive backs and make a play. Buckley's going to try to pummel him at the line.
Yep, Moss split out to the right. And Culpepper airing it out, looking for Moss. Nearly intercepted by Victor Green.
Bad synchronization between Moss and Culpepper. Watch Moss. He beats the press at the line of scrimmage. And really, on this one, this ball needs to be thrown deep. Because Randy Moss, I think, had the ability to put that extra gear on and get behind Lawyer Malloy. But Culpepper underthrew it, thinking that Moss was going to stop and make that leaping catch that I talked about.
So it comes down to this play for the Vikings. 4th and 10. 17 seconds remaining from their own 44. Culpepper's pass deflected off the fingertips of Klein Saucer, incomplete. The Patriots take over on downs with 12 seconds remaining.
No, Randy Moss didn't even get off the line of scrimmage on that play. Klein Saucer has been the utility man for him there. They know he's going to be single covered. He doesn't make the play on that one.
So the New England Patriots will hang on, raise their record to 6-5, and head to Detroit this Thursday, while the Vikings drop to 3-8.
Well, on their last play of the game, as I said, Randy Moss knows that it's going to go to Klein Saucer. But I don't know. I think when you're in that situation, you go to your best athlete. Moss frustrated, but Tom Brady, who had a spectacular start to this game, 3 touchdowns, 14 of 18, great precision passing, and he's able to hang on. 2 screenplays back-to-back in the second half here gave them their only points. But 3 Vikings turnovers and a great first half by the Patriots offense put them on the winning side of a record, 6-5 in a very tight division race.
Vikings lose on the road for the 16th consecutive time. They dropped to 3-8. Patriots 6-5 in a playoff race in the AFC East. 3 first-half touchdown passes for Tom Brady. Patriots hold on by a touchdown. For Tim Green and our entire crew, this is Kenny Albert. Remember the second game of our doubleheader, the Packers and the Buccaneers, coming up.
Fox Sports thanks you for watching this presentation of the National Football League. Stay tuned for the second game of your NFL doubleheader.